Hi guys, welcome! Take some time to subscribe and click on the notification bell icon to see our future content as soon as it's uploaded. Give us a like and enjoy the video. Hello guys! In today's video we decided to try and configure a perfect $1000 PC, not just once, but twice. Our goal here was to configure a PC for an average Intel and AMD fan, and in the end we are going to tell you what we think is the best road to go with. So, like in our last video, we decided that our platform for both configurations will be the PC PartPicker website. Here we assembled two configurations and they both share some of the components, as there was no reason to go with different parts, as they are more than good enough to be a part of any of two. So let's see what they are and say a few words about each component and why we chose them. We are starting off with the storage, and with the SSD at that. So for these builds we decided to go with the Crucial's MX500 series SSD and with the 250GB model. Why did we choose this, you ask yourself? This is why. The drive supports the next generation Micron 3D NAND flash, which gives it a great price to performance ratio. And, as some of you more tech savvy people may know, Micron is a very reputable player in the memory arena and they offer great reliability, which is backed up by a 5-year warranty. Some of the features the drive offers are hardware-based encryption, which keeps your valuable data safe from hackers, and also supports power loss immunity. Your data is safe in case of power loss, and many others. The drive supports 560 MB per second sequential reads and about 510 MB per second sequential writes, with random read IOPS with 95K and writes about 90K, which basically means how many read and write operations the drive can do in 1 second. We chose it at its very reasonable price, at only $55, and it offers great price for performance you get. Moving on to our mechanical drive. For that, we went with a 2TB Seagate Barracuda drive. There is not much to say about this drive, beyond it's a solid performer for a mechanical drive. It will give you more than enough space to store just about everything you need, whether it's music or photos, movies or games. It's a drive you can use in an NAS enclosure for mass storage as well. It comes in a few capacities ranging from 500GB all the way up to 8TB. We chose it as it was cheapest drive we could find at the time of filming, and for its reliability that is great. The price tag on this was only $58. The graphics card of our choice is the NVIDIA 1070 8GB by EVGA, more specifically their superclocked model. Here you can see how it looks like. We chose it for its simple black aesthetic with some silver accents that will complement the rest of the build. This card is one of the most powerful 1070s out there, and it owes it all to its cooling solution. The ACX 3.0 is the cooling solution here, and it allows it to boost further than cards from the other manufacturers. The card is overclocked out of the box, but it can be pushed even more with the EVGA's Precision X software. Here you can see some of the card's basic specifications and the technologies it supports. Its base clock is 1594 MHz and its max boost is 1784 MHz, with 8GB of GDDR5 memory on a 256-bit bus and 8008 MHz effective. If you want to know more about this card, you can check it in the link in the description. Next in line is the PC case. For these builds, we went with the case that made the most sense in this price range, as it gives us everything we need and more. It's the Fractal's Focus G in black. We spoke about this case in our previous videos, so we won't bother you much with its specifications. Instead of that, we are going to share why is this the case we went with. And it is because of its elegant Scandinavian style, it looks professional, and it fits in any kind of use scenario. It can accommodate a professional PC in an office environment or a gaming PC. The other reason is it comes with fans. 2 LED silent series fans to be more specific. The chassis fit perfectly in our builds as it offers a lot for only $50. The power supply we went with is the Corsair's fully modular 80 plus gold certified RMX 650 watt model. As its name states, this is a fully modular power supply, which means all of the cables are detachable and you can use only the ones you actually need, and in that way the cable clutter inside of the case is reduced. All of the cables are black, either braided or flat ribbon cables. The power supply supports 0 RPM fan mode, which means the fan doesn't even start spinning at low or medium loads. This is a 650 watt power supply and it has more than enough juice for any modern single GPU and CPU system. The power supply supports about 100,000 work hours before it can fail, or about 10 years of continuous 24/7 operation, which is backed up with Corsair's 10-year warranty. The power supply retails at around $93. And now we are moving on to the AMD specific components. Starting off with the motherboard. The logical selection here is the MSI's X470 gaming motherboard. The board, with its stealthy-like looks in black and some silver accents, perfectly fits in our black and silver color scheme. The board supports all of the current RGB craze with its Mystic Light Sync technology. It also supports all sorts of cooling. It has 6 fan headers and it's water cooling ready. The board has full support for both 1st gen and 2nd generation Ryzen CPUs. The board is fully decked out with overclocking features, and one of them is beefed up power delivery system. Dedicated sound portion provides a great experience in multimedia as well as in gaming. The board also supports all of the current storage solutions from SATA to M.2. Here you can see all of the specifications, which we won't cover in detail, but you can pause the video to check them out or visit the link in the description. The board retails around $100. The CPU of our choice is the 2nd generation Ryzen 5 2600. This is a 6-core, 12-threaded CPU. This processor is a continuation of AMD's great success with the Ryzen lineup. It supports all of the latest and greatest technologies we learned to love from AMD. Some of them are AMD Store MI and AMD Sense MI. And, as the previous iteration, it's fully overclocking ready, which can be done through their AMD Ryzen Master utility. This CPU is great for workstations, you can edit videos, photos, as well game on it. We are sure it will give you plenty of future-proofness, as its 6 cores, 12 threads can chew through any task. Here you can see some of the basic and some of more advanced specifications and technical informations. The CPU retails around $150. After some searching, we came across the FSP's Windell 6 air cooler. It's strange to see a cooler from a company that is mostly known by their power supplies and the fact that they are OEMs for many other brands. But let's focus on the cooler. This is a tower heatsink with one extremely silent 120mm LED fan. The cooler supports 6 heat pipes that come into a direct contact with the CPU and they are copper. The contact with the CPU and thin design increase the cooling performance and allow it to keep the CPU cool, while maintaining low noise performance. The quiet operation is aided by anti-vibration rubber mounts that decrease vibrations between the heatsink and the fan. The mounting mechanism is simple, and it has the parts for all of the current AMD and Intel platforms. The cooler retails around $43. For our RAM, we decided to go with G-Skill's Ripcho's 5 2x8GB kit in silver. This is one of the brands and models that work particularly well with Ryzen series of CPUs. 2x8GB kit is for the dual channel performance that AMD likes a lot, and the speed we went for is 2400 MHz, but the RAM can be easily overclocked to 2933 MHz and thus increase the overall CPU performance significantly. The RAM comes in many different colors and configurations, from a single 4GB module up to 128GB kits. It's very power efficient. G-Skill provides lifetime warranty on this product. It retails around $117. Hitting it off for the Intel build, our motherboard is the Asus Prime Z370P. This is a solidly built budget Z370 board that has a lot going for it. The board supports so many new technologies and features that we are not sure we can fit in this segment. But we are sure you will take your time and check it out in the link below. We chose the board for its performance and features as well as for its looks. It perfectly fits in our black and silver color combination. One of the most interesting features we like, the board is Optane ready, meaning we can use Optane drives in combination with the mechanical drive to increase the performance significantly. It also supports outstanding audio and the newest storage standards like M.2. Here you can see everything about the board and then some. All of the I/O ports, technologies and feature set. The board supports all of the latest Coffee Lake CPUs and it retails for $113. For the CPU, we opted for the 6-core i5-8400. This is a great gaming productivity CPU that will allow you to enter the world of video editing and some streaming. The CPU sadly doesn't support hyperthreading, which leaves you with just 6 cores and 6 threads, but for now it's plenty. The CPU base clock is lower than some of its predecessors at only 2.8 GHz, but it boosts up to 4 GHz. In our opinion, it leverages well with extra 2 cores. The CPU doesn't support overclocking, so besides its turbo boost, you can't get any additional performance. The CPU has a price of $200, but as such for Intel platform, it's the one to go. Our RAM preference in this instance is the Gale's Evo Spear 2x8GB kit. The speed we opted in this instance is the same as on AMD's side, 2400 MHz. This is a plain looking black module kit that will fit in just nice in our system. It's compatible with almost all of the cooler types as it clears all of the height tolerances. The kit is a solid performer from a good brand, and as they state and the user report, it's a very stable kit with little to no issues. We liked it for its subdued and simple looks and gladly recommend it for anyone who wants a good kit of RAM. Here in front of you we laid out 2 builds, and in this portion we are going to tell you which one we prefer more and why. Our winner in the end was the AMD build, for the sole reason it's more versatile and future-proof. In terms of versatility, it can perform pretty much all of the tasks as the Intel one, but it has free performance unlocked by overclocking. In terms of future-proofness on the platform, you will be able to fit new-gen CPUs without the hassle of switching the board. Intel, on the other hand, launches new platforms so fast, the older ones become obsolete in no time. But whatever you choose, we are sure it will give you everything you need and more. Hopefully, you enjoyed our video. If you did, toss us a like, share the video and subscribe. Down in the comments, tell us which one would you go with and why. See ya in the next one. Zenbox out.